Hello out there. Happy Friday, TGIF. Good Lord, it's been a week. Back here on another video. Hope everyone's doing well. You know, weekend is coming up. It's a little later in the day that I normally record. I had to get a lot of stuff done at my job early in the morning, and then the kids, and then the wife, and the dogs, and all that stuff. You know, dad life, right? But I wanted to make sure that I have another video out there for everybody to hopefully enjoy. So, how we doing? Okay. During my lunch break today, I went down a rabbit hole of YouTube videos, and I came across this channel, Vincent Chan. Really cool stuff, right? Really enjoy it. And as a disclaimer, we are not affiliated with each other. This is not a paid sponsor. He probably has no idea who I am. I'm sure he doesn't, since I'm so new. But I loved his content, and I watched several of his videos. And one of the videos that I saw, he said something that really kind of, resonated with me. And he said, if you don't build your dreams, then someone else will hire you to build theirs. And he mentioned a couple times that he was part of the Great Resignation, right? He left his job. He's doing his own thing. He's making his own money. He's pursuing his dreams. He's out there getting it, right? And he was talking about a couple of different things, and that one really stuck out with me is if you don't build on your dreams, if you don't go out there and do your own thing, however you want to do it, whatever that means for you, someone else is going to hire you, and you are going to build their dreams. You are going to sell your time to that person and make their dreams come true. Maybe that is your dream. Maybe you want to be an employee. Maybe you want to create something for someone else and put in 40, 50, 80, 100 hours a week striving and grinding and all that stuff and make someone else rich. I don't know. I mean, whatever. That's not my goal. Not my goal, no. No. I don't want to do that. Especially lately anymore. No, I want to go and I want to be able to wake up, take my kids to school, come home, enjoy my coffee, and figure out what I want to do for the day. You know, how I'm going to make money for my family, myself, right? I don't want to, I said in a previous video, I do not want to rely on other people to earn a paycheck. I don't want to, I am starting to get grinded down by being the working man, and working for the man, even though my boss is a female, but that's a different, whatever. I mean, I really don't care about that, but you know what I'm saying, right? So that was a very inspiring and resonating quote that I took from that. Thank you, Mr. Vincent Chan. So what I'm going to do, out of courtesy, since I mentioned him, I'm going to put his channel link in the description below. So if you watch this video and you are hearing what I'm saying and you want to check him out, he has over like 200 some odd thousand subscribers, so he obviously is doing a lot more than what I'm doing, and he's out there getting it, has a lot of really sound advice and really great information and material. Give him some love. Hopefully you give me some love too. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Moving on. Also went down another little rabbit hole of a video of Kevin O'Leary, Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank, and he told a story about how when he was a much younger man, he worked, I think, like an ice cream parlor or something, and the owner told him to scrape gum off the floor, and he basically refuses, like, that's not what you hired me to do, that's not part of my job. And in so many words, how he described it was, you're an employee, you're going to do what you're told, or you no longer have a job. Well, as you can probably guess, he no longer worked there after that conversation, and he has since gone on to build multiple businesses and build hundreds of millions of dollars in wealth and, a great life for himself and his family, right? doing just fine. One of the most highly successful and respected business people in the world. So that also, is starting to make me think. And I'm bringing these two individuals up because it's just as like very high level examples, right? And I know I'm a little flustered and like I'm not really good at finding my words in this one right now, but whatever. It started clicking on those videos, actually started popping up on the suggested videos of people quitting their jobs. And like I mentioned a minute ago, the Great Resignation and like what's going on in the world and all of that. And I actually saw it was like a news video or something like that, like CBS News or something, that according to the Labor Department earlier this year, in August, 4.3 million people quit their jobs. Boom. 4.3 million people quit their job and rolled the hell out of their company. Just quit. Now, I really don't think 4.3 million people started new businesses and all these entrepreneurs are popping up and making all this kind of money and everything else. Don't think that's going on. But at the same time, I also don't think that it's easy for a lot of bosses and employers to give their employees a lot of shit, okay? And yes, you're not really supposed to swear on YouTube videos, whatever, but no. Workers are not taking nonsense anymore, especially nowadays. 18 months from, about to sneeze. Where was I? Okay. People aren't taking crap anymore in the workplace. Ugh, sniffles. People are not taking crap anymore in the workplace. And it's creating this mass exodus of the workforce leaving and going off into other avenues of work, changing their career paths, starting their own business, or just staying home. A lot of people are staying home. For the last 18, 19 months or so, when the world shut down, people stayed home, but a lot of people kept their jobs, me included. I worked for the government, and the contract that I was on at the time, I was blessed and lucky enough to keep my job. The government kept us home. We worked every day, same hours. Nothing's changed except we didn't have to worry about, wearing business professional clothes to the office and me driving an hour and a half up to my office and an hour to 2.5 hours back because a rush hour going home is way worse. We didn't have to worry about that. So we woke up, went to, got some coffee, went 10 feet into my home office that you see right here and put in a full work day. Oh, and by the way, kids were not going to school either. So they were doing virtual learning. So they were on the other side of my door in the kitchen doing their schoolwork. So it was like, okay, fine. There was really no pressure to worry about childcare or, dealing with traffic and gas money and like dry cleaning bills and all that stuff. And we still maintained our lifestyle and I still maintained my salary, which is pretty good, right? Now, businesses are coming back and saying, okay, world is opening back up. COVID is not as such a risk right now. Everyone's getting vaccinated or this and that, blah, 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 whatever the situation is. And we need to come back into the office. Some companies, including the government, where people aren't really feeling that. People are kind of used to staying home, more time with the family even, or not dealing with traffic, or not dealing with annoying coworkers that, they just were tolerating every day while we had to go back into the office. People are not doing it anymore. They're just like, no, I want to stay home. A lot of companies, including the government, like my current job as of right now, they're doing what I call as a hybrid, which is they are part-time at home, you can telework, and then part-time you have to come into the office. And it's 2 to 3 days a week, depending on the situation. And people go back and forth and like, okay, you can split this and split time here and there and whatever. Which is fine, cool. At first, I was like, you know what? Getting out of the house, even getting up early and getting into traffic and actually going and interacting with my colleagues might actually be a good thing for a little while. Well, I'm starting to really see the benefit of staying home, and I'm starting to see how enticing, that's a good word, enticing it is to try to figure out how I can do things on my own and make my own money and have more freedoms and stuff like that. So those are the wheels that are turning in my head. No, I am not going to be one of the millions of people that are, popping smoke on their boss and like doing that. I don't have the financial stability to do that yet. So this is not a I quit video or anything like that. No, don't think that's what's going to happen. No, that's not what this is. This is just a rant of mine that I wanted to come off and share with you and, share my thoughts and all that stuff. That said, some other numbers that were in that little news piece that I saw in my rabbit tunnel of YouTube at lunchtime was not only was a 4.3 million is the highest since 2000. More people have quit their jobs in the last year or so. No, actually it was in August than any other time frame since the year 2000, pre 9/11. Think about that. People are old enough to drink now. Right now, there are people who are old enough to drink that were not alive when September 11th happened. And a year before they were born was the last time those numbers were that high. Whoa, that time, man. Seriously. Where does it go? Nearly 900,000 people were in the food service industry. Like I saw I'm not going to post it in a snapshot in the video here, but the entire Burger King in a location quit. The whole Burger King. Everyone in the staff was like, we quit. Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Bye. The whole store quit. So nearly 892,000 people in the food service industry quit. Which, they don't get paid a lot as it is. So maybe some of them are in a situation where they can afford because of a dual income or whatever. Even students, whatever the situation may be, however the demographics are for those 900 or so thousand people, just left. Which means less people are going to be there to bag your burgers and fries. However, that industry is really going automated anyway. So that's going to be predominantly robot or computer industry anyway. So I think they were just getting ahead of the curve on that end, and some of them anyway. 720 some odd thousand retail workers. Okay. That I also understand. I also understand why they want to do that. Because they're undervalued, they're underappreciated, and they're one of the industries that basically Walmart stayed open the entire pandemic. At least the one near my house. I was able to go to Walmart whenever I wanted. Granted, there was only but one cashier, right? Or the self-checkout, and there was one or two people in the store to scan if I wanted to buy alcohol or whatever, or cough medicine or whatnot. Yes, they still have to scan the thing saying I am of age to buy cough medicine because of the regulations, whatnot, whatever. But it stayed open. So retail is like one of those industries that you had to continue going to work, even though thousands of people all over the world on a daily basis were dying, and people were not allowed to leave their house to go to work if they worked in other industries or go to school. They couldn't get their oil changed. They couldn't get this. They couldn't get that. But Walmart employees still had to go to work. At least the one by my house. I don't know. Maybe the Walmart in where you lived was shut down because of the pandemic. I don't know. Mine was open. So maybe they're like, you know what? Screw this. We're not going to do this anymore. I'm going to find another job. I'm going to do something else. And in today's market, you can get a job. So even if someone did want to quit and like leave a 6-figure job, they can easily go get another one. Especially if they have a decent amount of skills and their resume is okay, and the job security really shouldn't matter, because you don't have to worry about working at a job you don't like or with people you don't like or don't appreciate you, and be concerned about not getting another job, because there's just too many of them out there right now. 155,000 were wholesalers. I don't know anything about that industry, so I don't know. I don't really have any more comments to say than just to add those to, like, that's a very high number of wholesale workers just walking off the job, walking off the line. And right now, 10.4 million jobs estimated are currently open. And I don't know how out to date those numbers are. I don't know if there's more or less or whatever. But even if it's plus or minus 10 or 20%, that's a lot of jobs out there. Millions and millions of jobs that are out there available, begging people to come in and work for these companies. So that is, that was my rabbit hole that I went down, and I'm really trying to figure out options in my path forward and what I need to do. And I may have some heart-to-hearts with people in my life to figure out what the best step forward is that best benefit my family. Again, this is not an I quit video, but I just thought, I was a little inspired today by a couple of very successful and, quite frankly, in my opinion, awesome people that I wanted to share with my audience. Also, I believe I said I made past 10 subscribers as according to this video, and whatever, I will probably make videos upon every single milestone that I pass. 10, in my opinion, is a great number to pass. Next one, I think, would be maybe 25, and 50, and then 100, and then 500, and whatever, 1,000. I will move forward, as long as I'm creating content, and as long as it's getting responses and all that. I'm hoping, my goal is to at least have some revenue come from this. That's what everyone really, when they ultimately create a YouTube channel, that's what they want to do. Because now that people really know you can make money off of YouTube, I would not to say that I wanted to have a full-time job or make millions and millions of dollars. I don't even want to do that. I want to make it to where I have a respectable amount of income coming from my content that hopefully provides something of substance for my audience. And it's something I enjoy. I enjoy getting on the microphone and in front of the camera and just like spilling my beans. So that's today's video in a nutshell. Hope everyone is having a wonderful evening, and I hope everyone has a fun and safe weekend. My kids have their last regular flag football games of the season this weekend, so wish us luck there. And so fun times. So wish us luck, and we will all talk soon. Take care.